Congressman, the amendment that you proposed in the House to the H.R. 1, how specific was it in defunding Obamacare?
The language that says that no funds in this bill and no funds previously appropriated can be used to carry out the provisions of Obamacare. That's the language that puts an end to Obamacare, that pulls everything out by the roots, that stops all funding that goes in to implement it. And until we have that kind of language, they're going to continue to implement Obamacare. My blanket language is a language that's patterned off of the language that shut off the funding to the Vietnam War. If it brought bullets back from the dock at Da Nang, that language can be used as a model to put an end to Obamacare and pull it out by the roots.
Do you see any correlation between the Vietnam War and Obamacare?
Vietnam is an external threat. Obamacare is an internal threat. That's the comparison that I would have. And Obamacare is an assault on American liberty. It's $2.6 trillion in spending in the first full decade. And so it goes way beyond something we can't afford. It's a policy that diminishes our individuality, diminishes our liberty, takes away our ability and our right to buy health insurance policy that we choose to manage our own health care. In fact, it's a nationalization of our skin and everything inside it, and it's a 10% tax on the outside if you go to the tanning salon. So,
I believe Snooki stands with you on that.
I'm glad Snooki's on my side.
When we talk about Vietnam, the Ho Chi Minh Trail for the Democrats to keep this legislation alive would be what?
Well, I hadn't thought about it in those terms, but now that you bring it up, I think I do have an answer for that. They want to keep this legislation alive so they can keep the foundation in place because they believe they can grow on that foundation and turn it into a full-blown socialized medicine single-payer plan. And so here's their strategy, the Ho Chi Minh Trail component of this, and that is they've granted waivers to businesses that would otherwise be strong resistors to Obamacare. Businesses by the hundreds, politically well-connected businesses, I might add. They've also offered to the state's governors an opt-out, to opt out of the mandate to the states to manage Obamacare. And this is a war of attrition that they intend to drag out for years as long as they can. In the end, they expect we'll get exhausted, we will not be able to marshal our forces, that the death by 1,000 cuts approach that seems to be emerging here as a strategy will have run its course. And I think we need to take the hill, H.R. 1. I think we need to, in every appropriations bill, shut off all funding to Obamacare and stand and face the president now. And if we are not willing to do that, the president then will eventually get everything that he's willing to fight for. I want to pick H.R. 1 as the hill again. And I want to go retake that hill and fix bayonets. Let's hold our ground there. Let's stare the president down. And if he wants to make the argument that the United States of America can't go on for 2 weeks without funding to implement Obamacare, let him make it. We'll win that argument with the American people.